Welcome back to the Hit Squad. Chad Range alongside Jesse Finney. This segment brought to you by Metrogistics. Now, I've given you little tips. We have a dispatch open 7 days a week. We get nightly email reports. We have a smartphone app. My phone's down there, but an app that you can always track your car. One thing I do want to talk about is the thing no one ever wants, and that's insurance. Metrogistics has a $500,000 insurance, umbrella insurance policy, I should say, on any car. If it's a single, a truckload, $500,000. So for you dealers out there, Metrogistics is the company that if you're going to be shipping cars, you want to use. Vehicle Transportation Solutions delivered, Metrogistics. Check us out on the web. Now, I also want to...
I want to say something.
Go for it, bud.
This isn't just the Metrogistics, like a company that is our sponsor. Yes, they are a sponsor of ours. Okay, so let's say. But at the same time, I used them before they were a sponsor of ours.
Right, yeah, I have too.
Personally, and I used them in the past for whenever they were not a sponsor. So now that they are a sponsor, it's even more. But even before that, man, they were awesome. Even when they were not a sponsor, when I used them personally. So let me say that.
I shipped my car back from California to St. Louis. It went quick. It went, cheap. It would have cost me
California.
It would have cost me more to trailer it back from U-Haul than it did for me to have it just shipped.
Yeah,
and it was so much easier. Loved it. So yeah, absolutely. Metrogistics. Check us out on the web. www.metrogistics.com. And now we're going to be taking a look at the local talk. Boy, I tell you what, I'm still reeling from the Guns N' Hoses talk.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great event. I want to just reiterate one more time, November 27th, $10 gets you into the Scottrade. And they used to just be boxing, but now MMA. They've teamed up with Shamrock Fighting Championships, and now MMA is going to be part of the Guns N' Hoses fight on the 27th. And this is the part that, unbelievable, $4 million they raised for Backstoppers. What a great charity. That goes to the fallen firefighters and police officers. And he said already they've had a few this year, and it's something you don't want. It's the greatest insurance policy, but wow, what an event, $10. And Shamrock Fighting Championships is part of that MMA. And also, it's a great night.
It's a great night. It's not just about the fights that are going on in the ring. It's also about the experience that you go. Literally, I'm not joking. There's 15,000 people, 20,000 people there. You heard say they had 19. So let's say 15 to 17,000 consistently. We want to try to get back and we want to sell that thing out until 21.
I was going to say, we're shooting for 21. And speaking of sellouts, it's already sold out. Shamrock Fighting Championships, Havoc, Lumiere Casino, happening August 10th. That is 4 days away. Well, we told you missed out on the tickets, but it's going to be a great night. Kenny Porter, is that going to be the fight of the night, you think?
I don't know, man. There's going to be some really good fights. We got Kenny Porter fighting Josh Epps, which is a hell of a main event. And those two are going to be exciting. The 125ers, man, I love the little guys. They're going at it constantly. Kenny Porter's a top-notch pro coming up. Josh Epps is a kid that came out of Strikeforce. He's a good fighter. He's got a lot of talent. He hasn't been able to put it all together at times, but he's probably overall a better striker, but Kenny's probably a better wrestler. So they both got equal jiu-jitsu. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. But there's Tyler Clausen. He's fighting on the card against Aaron Heifeld. I'm looking forward to that fight. It's a really good fight. It's Mark Godeker, Ryan Sutton. I could go on and on about the fights. And I tell you what, Shamrock Fighting Championships continues to deliver. And these are guys that are coming out of St. Louis that are moving on to basically the UFC.
Oh.
If you look at them, Tyron Woodley, Adam Sella, Justin Lawrence. These are kids that came out of the Shamrock system into the UFC. So you can see these kids live. October 12th is the next show. And I tell you what, August 10th, we've been telling you this for over and over. The tickets sell out 2 or 3 weeks in advance. So if you are serious about coming October the 12th, go to Ticketmaster and get your tickets, which will go on sale this Friday.
This Friday. Don't wait around.
Don't stick around.
This has been sold out for 2 weeks.
This has been sold out for 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks.
Yeah, do not wait around.
There's people that are like, oh, I can get tickets in 2 weeks. No, you can't. You can't get tickets. And people are asking me. I got a text from Scott Coker the other day asking for, hey, can I get 2 tickets? I got a guy that's in this. I need to get 2 tickets. I was like, Scott, I can't get them for you. So, I can't do it.
That's the former president of Strikeforce.
Right.
Unable to attend.
I can't get him tickets. People are asking. You're like, I can't do it.
And I just want to say, if you've not been to a Shamrock Fighting Championship venue at Lumiere Casino, it's very intimate. It's a great setting. Good date night. People dress it up. And you go in there, you get about, what, is it 14, 15 fights on this card?
I think there's 15 fights on this card.
A lot of fights.
You get a lot of bang for your buck, I can tell you that. And this isn't a... It's not a rough crowd. Let me just say that. This is something you can go with your wife and feel comfortable with. You can go and enjoy yourself. Some other MMA events, I don't want to throw stones here, but it's not a place you want to go bring your wife to or even your buddies. I mean, this is a first-class event. It's first class. You go out and enjoy yourself. Come on, man. It's next to the Four Seasons. You think they're going to do something that it's not going to be first class? I mean, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right.
In the October, is that at Lumiere?
October the 12th is back at Lumiere Casino.
Nice.
Kevin Ingle will be our main event that night. We'll be announcing that probably here in the next 2 weeks of who he'll be fighting.
And Kevin Ingle, now that's MMA then?
Mixed martial arts.
He bounces back around. You got to keep an eye on him. He'll do boxing, and he'll throw down in the octagon as well with those 4-ounce gloves, which is, if you know Kevin Ingle, that is scary and dangerous. Absolutely. So he'll be the main event on that card?
Kevin will be headlining the main event on October 12th down to Lumiere Casino. Go to Ticketmaster on Friday is whenever they go on sale. So you can go this Friday, get your tickets.
Just got to ask you about Kevin. I've followed his career for quite a while now. He's been both, like I said, the boxing and the MMA. Do you see him getting a chance at the UFC?
Absolutely. If he can stay healthy, that's been his problem. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got great takedown defense, and he's actually got obviously he's got lead in his hands. So he's a marketable guy. He speaks well. He's been a lot on TV. He understands what TV is looking for. He is what they want, and he's an exciting fighter. He's not a wrestler that's going to lay on you, not do anything. He's a kid that comes out hard to fight, and he's violent, man.
Without giving away any secrets, what was the injury? Do we not want to talk about that?
There's been a lot of injuries.
There's been a lot of injuries.
No,
for Kevin.
We're not going to talk about it. He's continually, the guy's, he's 30, I think he's 32 now. So, it's his time. He's got to do it now or he's done. I mean,
is he 170? Is that what he would fight it out? Probably the UFC there if he was going to get a shot. He's a big 170.
Big 170.
Yeah, it would be an interesting go for sure. Any other local acts that are on the radar? I always like the check on the Justin Lawrence and Adam Sella.
Both got fights coming up. I mean, we'll be announcing those here in the near future. I know Sella's got a couple fights coming up. So, I mean,
he's probably only 2 away, really, from
2 or 3 away. So
getting his call back.
So is Ingle. So is Sella. So is Justin's probably 4 fights away because he hasn't fought since he got cut. But I mean, he'll be there soon.
That's on. And as we say it all the time, Shamrock Fighting Championships. You can see tomorrow's UFC stars today at a cheaper price and live. Can't beat that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's definitely something you want to think about. We're going to be talking more coming up as well. Of course, we want to hear from you. HitSquad101sports.com is the email. Let us know where you're going to watch the fights, if you're interested in a certain matchup. And also Twitter at HitSquad101ESPN. That does it for our show today. For Jesse Finney, I'm Chad Range saying, stay classy, St. Louis.